Hey everyone, this is Yami, your Latina next door. Welcome back to my channel. A few weeks ago, I shared my Thanksgiving table setting with you guys, and you all loved the tablecloth that I made for the table. And in this video, I am going to show you guys how I made it. So if you're interested in learning, please keep watching. Now, I purchased this fabric in the home decor fabric section at Hobby Lobby, and it's a very light color khaki, but it is that nice like upholstery fabric, so it will be a little bit more durable for my table. Now, after laying it on, I decided the length that I wanted it to hang down on the side of the table, and I thought that 5.5 inches was going to be best because I at least wanted it to hang over 5 inches on that straight portion, and then I wanted to leave a little bit of seam allowance. Now, as you can see, the fabric was longer on one side than the other because I got it from the big long home decor fabric spools. So once I figured out the 5.5 inches on one side, I went ahead and pinned all the corners to keep it put. Now, after all 4 corners were pinned down, I had to mark on the other side where the fabric was longer, the same 5.5 inches that I had created for the other side of the tablecloth. Then after all of my marks were made, it was time to cut it all the same length all the way around the perimeter. Then after the entire perimeter was cut in the same length, it was time to sew down those 4 corners that I had pinned earlier. Then after sewing them, I made sure that they fit properly on the table before I moved forward. Then it was off to make the little ruffle skirt. I folded down long pieces of fabric. As you can see here, they are pinned down. I made them 3.5 inches in width, and then I just used my rotary cutter to cut them straight down the ruler. And I had to cut several of these to go around the entire perimeter of the tablecloth. Next, I went ahead and clipped down one side of the 3.5 inch strips, and I made sure to do this to all of them so that I can go ahead and hem that side. And I used my favorite little clips. I'll make sure to link to them below. And then I went ahead and attached all of the 3.5 inch strips after they were hemmed together into one continuous long piece. Then before I can attach the little pleated skirt part, I had to remove the excess fabric from all 4 corners. Alright, so I went ahead and turned my tablecloth right side out, and I took one of the 3.5 inch pieces and I matched up the end of that piece along with one of the 4 corners, and I made sure that both right sides were facing each other. I didn't want my skirt to look too formal, so I basically just eyeballed the spacing between the little pleats and tried to get them as evenly spaced between each other as I could, and then just pinned them down. Then whenever I got to one of the seams where the two different strips connected, I made sure to fold the seam inside one of the pleats. That way when you flipped it over, you could not see that there was a seam there and it looked like one continuous little pleated area. And then I just sewed that part on to the rest of the tablecloth. Then after this, which unfortunately I did not get to record, I actually took my serger and I serged those two edges that I was just now sewing together. That way those two fabrics would not fray where they met. And then afterwards, I went ahead, flipped those pleats over, and as you can see here, I am basically sewing them down. That way they don't rise up. And then finally, it was the moment of truth. It was time to put it on the table. Now, I did iron the actual tablecloth, and I made sure I got those little pleats nice and pressed. I thought it would look a little bit better that way. I just love how this tablecloth comes over nice and taut over all four edges. I think it gives it a nice finished and polished look, but at the same time it's very functional because if anybody tugs on it, it doesn't get, pulled all over the place. Now, if you love this cute little tablecloth idea, please make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe, because the next thing on the list that I'll be showing you guys how to make are those really cute round placemats. So make sure you stay tuned for those. I will see you guys in the next video. Until then, adios.